Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mayor's Monday Message for August 15th, 2022. Sorry I missed you last week, but I was having a wonderful time with my daughter at her 7th birthday party, so that was very, very exciting. But in the last couple weeks, we've had some wonderful events occur in the city. We have the kickoff of the Complete Communities Initiative. So that kicked off at Rev Stadium with many participating partners, and then at Still Meadow Church with with members of Neenah, the Northeast neighborhood, and not just the Neenah area, but actually that's expanded to the whole kind of Northeast corner from the whole way from George and Market out to Sherman and that area. So we are very excited about the Complete Communities Initiative, finding ways to connect businesses, nonprofits, and the residents all together to maximize the potential of each neighborhood. And we're starting in the Northeast neighborhood, and there will be listening tours coming up, so keep an ear out for those. We will, or keep an eye out on Facebook, and we will post those on our sites as soon as those dates are available. A great week for African American history here in the city of York. And I always say it's not I want to emphasize it is good that we pay attention to African American history, but it's even more important that we realize it's all of our history. This is not, it's important to emphasize, but it's important also not to separate us. So the William C. Goodrich statue, sponsored by Crispus Attucks and the William C. Goodrich Freedom Foundation, was unveiled this past week, and it is just an important thing that ties us together, ties the city of York together, and emphasizes the bravery of not just one man, but an entire group of people working the Underground Railroad, people facing enslavement and trying to break those generational chains, and physically, literally. So I hope you take time to go down to 123 East Philadelphia Street. It's just an amazing statue. William C. Goodrich sitting there on a bench where you can sit next to him and get a selfie. And I hope you take time to really reflect on the struggles of people who were working under the cover of darkness, with the potential to lose everything that they had, so that they could help others regain the respect that they deserve and the opportunities that they deserve as human beings. So I'm really grateful to Crispus Attucks and to all the individuals that organized and financially supported the unveiling, or the creation and then the unveiling of the William C. Goodrich statue. Also on Saturday, some great recognition. The story's not out yet, but the story is being written. CNN came to Lebanon Cemetery to understand more about the amazing Americans that are buried in that cemetery, African Americans that have fought in wars, have preached across the globe, have taught our children, have raised families that were, I'm going to say, kind of for a little while lost to history. And so this is, I really do hope that this helps inspire the young people, helps inspire storytelling, and really brings to life the contributions of the African American community, again, to America's history. For far too long, we've either separated ourselves or not acknowledged the work done by many different people of different races and ethnicities in this country. So, and thank you to Samantha Dorm and to the board of Friends of Lebanon Cemetery and to the board of Lebanon Cemetery for all the work that they've been doing. It was an honor to be out there with you on Saturday again, to try and help bring a little more honor and respect to the final resting places of our ancestors. Now, coming up this week, we've got lots of good stuff, and here we have some things that are really focused, but not entirely, but I would say backed by and a little bit focused on our Latino population. First of all, tomorrow we welcome the Spanish American Civic Association from Lancaster for their first adventure into York and supporting us here, supporting the Latino community and all of our community with Tech Centro, a job training, career training, educational facility that is in the old M&T Bank at 800 East Market Street. So right there at the corner of Sherman and East Market. Tomorrow they will be opening Tech Centro. And Tech Centro provides, I'm going to read this because I love their quote, provides a pathway out of poverty and an opportunity to expand education, linguistic, and job skills. So you can check out their information on the links or call the number. But I'm honored to be there tomorrow to welcome SACA. So we have CASA. SACA, the Spanish American Civic Association, has been around, I believe, nearly 50 years in Lancaster, and they are now bringing their services over to the city of York, and I really hope that this relationship builds and we see more and more assistance and investment from SACA and in SACA here in our community. Also, here's something very special. The Bloom Small Business classes are starting up again. And this time they start up on August 18th and they are in Spanish. So I had a wonderful meeting last week with the Dominican consulate out of Philadelphia. And it was a real honor to meet with them. And part of our discussions were, how are we working with a growing population? We know that if not already, within a few years, our city will be majority a Latina city. And if we expect to gain all the benefits of that, must be communicating. And the government must be communicating, and our business owners, they must be communicating with each other, both English speaking and Spanish speaking. And there's so much opportunity here. We don't want to get left behind. And I'm very excited that YCEA has put together the Bloom that the Bloom business classes are going to be in Spanish. So you can get more information there on the URL Bloom Alphabet. Some fun activities and cultural activities coming up. York Arts Week starts, so we're very excited to have, of course, York County Community Foundation always supporting events and activities here in the city and the county, but also the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design has located an office over on South Duke Street, and we're very excited of their interest in participating in activities here in the city of York. So Pennsylvania College of Art and Design is across the river, just like SACA. And they're starting to see interest in what is developing here and seeing how they can contribute. So we're very excited. York Arts Week is going, of course, we're not having York Fest this year due to the pandemic and kind of the way that events subsided during that time or were postponed or canceled. We are taking this opportunity to reevaluate the whole York Fest offerings and determine how we're going to move forward next year. So we're not done with York Fest. York Fest will be back, but we also wanted to take an opportunity to really do an analysis and understand what it is in 2023 that York wants to see as far as a York Art Festival. And with 40 events downtown, we're going to see a lot starting this weekend. So we're very excited. We're very excited about that. And of course, YorkArtsWeek.com, you can get more information. And then I'm so excited that Cowboy is bringing the City Ranch. I met with these folks, I don't know if it was maybe even a year ago. Not sure if it was quite a year ago. But they were so excited to bring horseback riding and a general sense of, I guess, other experiencing other things, really. Sometimes we get into our little boxes here in the city, particularly the young people, and they need to to stretch their minds and see that there are other opportunities. And the City Ranch has provided these opportunities in New York City and other places, and they're providing opportunities all day, fun day at Penn Park this Saturday. And I believe it was, what time, 8 to 6, I think, or something right like that. It's all day, or what did I get it wrong? Something to 8. To 8 o'clock at night. So there's activities all day at Penn Park on Saturday. Lots of fun. Looks like lottery drawings, giving away electronic tablets and notebooks and bicycles, horseback riding, food, games, fun, all kinds of things at Penn Park this Saturday. All right, now I'm going to get down to business. You may see in the comment there in the post that the City of York needs you, and this is very serious. We have a lot of different kinds of boards and commissions and authorities, and while we are asking for people to volunteer for these are some of the most important roles that you could have in the City of York, and they're stepping stones to learning more so that you can become a school board member, a city council member, a mayor, treasurer, controller, all of these things. So we're really looking for, and we really need you to bring your skills and help us out. We've got a vacancy on the firefighters pension board, a vacancy on the police pension board. The housing authority has 2 vacancies, one for an alternate and a vacancy that they need right now. And again, this is, I hope people understand, I look at these as the, what do I want to say, as the training grounds for all the new leadership of the City of York. Yeah, there's nothing better than to get involved now, learn something. I was on multiple boards and commissions before, even before I got involved in City Council. And to learn the details of these things really helps you understand how the city works and how you can benefit the city and benefit yourself in a certain way. But this is really all about giving back to the city by participating in these things. So the firefighter pension boards, police pension boards, the housing authority boards, the Human Relations Commission that enforces anti-discrimination ordinances, the City of York's General Authority, 2 alternate vacancies on the Consolidated Board of Appeals, which is where if somebody gets a fine or something like that for their properties, they can then go to the Board of Appeals and see if they can get that overturned. So you have some control over how the laws are enforced here in the city, or the ordinances are enforced. 1 vacancy on the Board of Health. They must be a resident of the city or have an office in the city. The Zoning Hearing Board has 2 alternate vacancies. The Historical Architectural Review Board, they're appointed by City Council, but if you contact us, there's 1 vacancy and 2 alternate vacancies on that board. Also, the Latinx African American Multicultural Affairs Commission, they are appointed by the City Council, but they have 2 vacancies, and if you contact us, we'll make sure that you get in touch with City Council. So if you are interested in the affairs of anybody, really, Latinx, African American, multicultural, it's how we are supporting the diversity of our community is the key mission of that commission. And then the Vacant Property Review Committee, that's one I used to sit on. That's where we determine whether people's property has gotten so run down and they have been ignoring their responsibilities, if it's gotten so bad that the city's redevelopment authority should take that property away from them. So that's part of taking down blighted properties. I always viewed it as a very, very important role because I do believe in people's right to own properties. particularly when it comes to like property taxes. But at the same time, what you do with your property affects everyone around you. So if you've got somebody that owns a property and is letting it collapse, particularly in a city where many of our buildings are attached to each other, we can't have that because you're harming your neighbors. So this is a very important committee of reviewing these properties. And finally, the Civil Service Board, which helps us hire police and fire. So you have to live in the city and have an interest in police and fire. They're also appointed by council. But again, if you're interested in helping us review the lists of eligible firefighters and police officers or candidates for those positions, this is a great board for you. I know that was a mouthful. It was a mouthful for me, but I hope you realize how much there is to do in the city and how much people really... I want to thank everybody that sits on these authorities, commissions, and boards because it is a tremendous amount of work that they do for the city. It doesn't always take... Some of these take a little bit of time, some of them take more time, and you have to investigate to find out where your niche is, what you really like to do. But the amount of work that gets done by the volunteers of York City and the friends of York City that are on these boards that may live outside of the city, it is amazing and a gift to all of us. So I want to thank all the members of these boards, commissions, and authorities. And switch it back over to seeing you in the city because it's going to be another great week. A little bit of rain going on here. It's at least cool again. But I'm excited about the events that are coming up. I'm excited about the opening of Saka's Tech Centro tomorrow and then the beginning of Arts Week. And of course, horseback riding, a fun day at Penn Park on Saturday. So hope to see you around the city. Have a good week.